Are we live? Are we live? I think we're live on Twitch and YouTube right now. Oh my gosh, boys. Oh my gosh, boys. We're live on Twitch and YouTube. What the fluff? How did that happen on OBS? Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, apparently we got a custom stream, I guess. Or we're able to get a custom link to able to stream on, I guess, OBS and YouTube and then the tweeting and then all the bullshit, I guess. Yes. Alright. Okay. We're doing this. We're doing this, guys. We're doing this. It's good. We're live. Both on Twitch and YouTube. So you already know what the deal is, my boys. Basically, it's Little Cup Gym Challenge today. Since I got nothing to do. I mean, we were playing a little bit of Call of Duty earlier on Twitch. But I wanted to, be able to pretty much fix a couple of things. Try to get stream working on Twitch and YouTube. Finally somehow figure that out. Apparently I might have to refix this though. Hold on, guys. I might need to refix this though. I don't think I could do it while I'm streaming right now. I'm gonna have to end the stream, get this back on here. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I just clicked the stream lamp. There we go. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna end the stream real quick. Alright. I think that's working. I think we're good to go. I was trying to find a proper spot to stream. As you can say, try to find a proper way to be able to keep the stream from going too bad and making it pretty good stream itself. So it seems like it's good now. We should be fine. But hey, guys, we're streaming on Twitch and YouTube. How's it going, guys? How is it going, my boys? We are trying to somehow come about this berry juice. Can I get a berry juice? Can I get a berry? I did not get a berry juice. We got the whipping cream, whipped cream. We got whipped cream. A very nice, deliciously item. That's kind of more of a... I forgot what this does, though. I think this helps another Pokemon evolve, maybe? I don't know. Forgot what that item does particularly. I think it's supposed to evolve a Pokemon, but I'm not sure. I think it is. Dragon Claw. Who the heck I'm gonna teach Dragon Claw to? Who the heck I'm gonna teach Dragon Claw to? Anyway, guys. Again, like I said, we're back at it again. We're trying to see if anyone who wants to challenge me in this particular tier. Oh my god, is it still low? It keeps going back down up to green and blue and then red and then back to green, red and blue, green again. Super laggy. I don't know if it's laggy, but you guys can let me know if it's lag or whatever. Or if the stream is kind of messing up or not. But it seems like right now it's sort of. I would say that's because of the what's the word I'm looking for? I believe it's because of the trying to think of the name. It's the heat. It's the weather. It's already about to start that summer up right now. It's kind of heating off a little bit, or we're just getting nothing but heat. Surprisingly, nothing but heat. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to test this out, try to see if I'm actually be able to customize the stream to stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Surprisingly, it works. Yep. Yep. I can hear my perfectly good voice on Twitch right now. That's perfect. That's good, good, good. And I guess I don't really need to check YouTube because YouTube should be also good. So yeah, we're good. We're chilling. Let's see. Let's see. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. Check, check, check. Pokemon, check, check. We're gonna check our Pokemon. We're gonna like go through our Pokemon. We're gonna try to see where our Pokemon are at this time and how we're gonna change the game. Because again, we're still trying to get more people to grind up here on YouTube. Try to get more people here on Twitch as well. It says we're streaming from both areas here at the same time. But yeah, we're trying to see what we could do in this gym leader cup, little gym leader cup challenge. If you guys want to participate, all you gotta do is make level 5 Pokemon like so, like here, baby Pokemon. You give them your moves that you want to give it. You don't have to worry about doing the whole IV train or whatever. It's just make baby Pokemon, level up to 5, and then challenge me in these gym challenge rules. There's 8 rounds. You gotta beat me in 8 rounds so you can get these rewards. For the last reward here on the 8th round, the only way you could get that particular Pokemon by a trade, and that trade is gonna be through Pokemon Home. So if you have like a Pokemon Home setup on your phone, that's the only way you'll be able to get that trade, and we gotta go through the whole trade system on there to trade it. If not, you always could keep hitting me up on my gym leader amino area where once the game does allow Shaman to be in Sword and Shield, just hit me up and I'll remember to give you that Shaman once it's officially released in Sword and Shield. If they officially release it in Sword and Shield, but that's the only way you'll be able to get the Shaman. But yeah, all we got is the rewards is basically a Lil Cup badge, shiny Jirachi, shiny Mew, and then a regular Shaman. So again, like I said, guys, if you ever want to like hit me up for that, definitely try to beat me through all these rounds and you could get that. Yeah, simple as that. Now I get it, most people don't want to play that. I get it. But you could get so much from the Lil Cup tier. I'm just saying, guys, you could get so much from the Lil Cup tier. It's not all bad. You could get it. You want to if you want to, right? I'm not forcing it on you, but if you want to get these particular Pokemon, because these are the Pokemon you're gonna get for the rewards, definitely let me know in the chat, and you can get these Pokemon. But you gotta beat me to earn these Pokemon. That's the only way. You have to beat me through 8 rounds to get these rewards. So you gotta beat me 4 rounds to get your shiny Jirachi. You gotta beat me 3 rounds to get the shiny Mew, and then you gotta beat me my 8th round. That'll be the last round to get the what's it called? Shaman, or regular. And then eventually I will do a Elite 4 champion type challenge where I will be using these spread here, this particular spread Pokemon here, which will also allow you to get 2 other legendary Pokemon that I have listed here. Now the other 2 legendary Pokemon that I also have listed here that you guys can get if we do the Elite 4 champion titles. Let me bring it up here. Okay, so we got Marshadow. So we have 30 Marshadows in one box, right? These are gonna be also during another little like, oh, if you beat me through a gym, not a gym, but a Elite 4 challenge or a champion challenge, you will get this. The second Pokemon, well, this will be Elite Four. If you beat me in the Elite Four challenge, you're basically getting a Marshadow. If you beat me through the Champion League, you get Zeraora, which will be cool for you guys. They want to get a Zeraora. So this is the only way you'll be able to earn these two legendary Pokemon. But like I said, the only way you can earn these two if you guys beat me in a Elite Four and a Championship challenge that I will eventually do once everything gets started. What else? But yeah, like I say, you have to, like, before we even get to that point, before we even get to like the Elite Four, the Champion Challenge, you guys gotta beat me through the Little Cup Challenge, because like I said, I want to bring Little Cup to more audience and get it out there, you know? Try to get these things out here. Try to make this a thing and whatnot. So it'll be cool if we could get that. It'll be cool. It'll be really, really cool. I'm gonna go ahead and share. I think I got notified everywhere though. I think I have it notified. Hopefully we got it notified between all social medias that I know we could possibly get this notified. What the heck? Interesting. Just okay. Hello. Apparently something got removed off of my Facebook. Apparently that was a thing. Alright. Anyway, back to this. Like I said, if you guys want to challenge me, like I said, you can just make this easy set of Pokemon. Little Cup Pokemon is not that hard to do. We try to make this more of a fun, non-competitive battles, which is a good way to do. We try to pit up rewards if you want to get these set rewards. If you want to challenge me and beat me at this particular tier, I know it seems ridiculous to do, but it's an amazing thing to do because at least you get some Pokemon. You get a shiny Jirachi if you beat me all 4 rounds. You get me. You could get a shiny Mew if you beat me all 7 rounds. You could get a Shaman at the last round if you beat me in the last round, and you get the Shaman through Pokemon Home, because that's where I will be trading it to you at Pokemon Home. Other than that, that's pretty much self-explanatory. And then if you want the other 2 Pokemon that we're also going to be doing trades and giveaways for, the Marshadows and whatnot, and then the Zeraoras, these are going to be during the time when I start doing the Elite Four and Elite Four and Champion Challenge. So when it's Elite Four Challenge, we're going to be doing Marshadows. Once it's a Champion Challenge, we're going to be doing the Zeraoras. And then again for Shaman, for the Gym Leader Challenge, we were trying to see once they announce Shaman is officially onto Sword and Shield, we're going to be giving some Shaman away during that time. Once it's officially announced that Shaman is in the game for Sword and Shield, we're going to go to my Gym Leader Amino to be giving away these Pokemon. I will eventually have more extra mons to be giving away during that time once Pokemon that legendaries are officially in the game. So like I said, guys, definitely if you want to challenge me right now for the Pokemon here, because at least you're getting first dibs on certain Pokemon, definitely take a challenge. Make your Pokemon battle me all 8 rounds. you get your Pokemon, at least you're getting the first dibs to getting these Pokemon. I already had one of the followers on my amino itself to challenge me, beating me all 8 rounds. Was able to getting all of these rewards. We're still figuring out the. He haven't claimed his shaming yet. We're still trying to like fix the whole situation with trading those particular bond over. But it is what it is. Eventually, he will get his shaman. But like I said, if you want to get first dibs to getting shaman before shaman is released in Sword and Shield, definitely take the point of challenging me in this particular tier. What? Okay, that was weird. I'm like looking over things and apparently one of my servers is what? That's weird. Apparently, I don't know. That's kind of weird. Apparently, one of my servers is not working, but I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. Do not know what that's all about. Do 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 do. I guess I don't really need to say anything more to what to do. 'Cause I kind of did all that explanatory stuff. So, it is what it is. Um. If anyone wants to challenge me, let me know. Let me know. Don't be afraid to take on the challenge, my guys. Don't be afraid to take on the challenge. Alright. We're here. We're chilling. We're big chilling. Alright. So let's go to the amino, I guess. Try to at least share this on the amino because why not, right? Why not? Why not share this on the amino areas that we have here that are listed here? Because we're trying to get more people to do a fun thing. And like I said, I gave you guys. Whoa. Okay. I got notified by my freaking amino. Well, not my amino, but the other amino belonged to someone else. Called the Pokemon Switch and Trade. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like all everywhere, guys. I'm just all everywhere. Um, like I said, guys, if you wanna take on a challenge, just right here on the chat. I'll see it right here on the chat. If you wanna take me on, no props, no props. Um, but if the stream is kind of being a little bit laggy and a little bit just not doing what it's supposed to do, it is the heat. You gotta blame the heat for that. The heat is always one of those things where it'll sometimes mess with internet connections. It's just the heat wave that just completely interferes and whatnot. Um, so don't worry. My connection is perfectly fine. Just those freaking heat waves. I always want to be a big baller. Um, yeah, I guess I'll just wait here for anyone who wants to challenge me. I'm surprised no one has. After I explain how easy the challenge is, even though you might have a little bit some setbacks, but I kind of gave you guys what the team looks like for all we know. So again, I don't know. I don't know. And I like to still commend the fact that we're at 600 subs. It's kind of crazy how we're at 600 subs. Honestly, guys, I'm really shocked that we're at 600 subs. Hoping to reach 610 subs if that comes about. But I'm so happy that we reached 600 subs. Um, I've been waiting to reach the 600 sub goal. We finally hit the 600 sub goal, and it's amazing. We're still trying to like increase the followership on what you call it? Still trying to increase the followership on Twitch. Try to at least get more people coming to Twitch to be able to check out what's going on Twitch. Because usually I just stream like again shows on Twitch. I haven't really like did that much of a gameplays on Twitch except for like Call of Duty. So we're trying to somehow increase that, or at least try to change the setup for that. I might just stream songs. I might just become like one of those 24-hour like songs and start just streaming nothing but songs on Twitch, which is fine by me. I don't mind that. We could do that. Um, which I have no problem with because it is what it is for that. Because hey, I don't mind it. I really don't. Me streaming on Twitch for like just only like songs would be fine because then you guys could just enjoy songs, which is not bad. And I wouldn't mind just having you guys enjoy songs and whatnot. Um, but yeah, I was gonna say something else, but I just like completely lost it. Anyways, we're gonna continue rambling on. I kind of don't want to do anything other than that. But like I said, you guys know what my squat looks like. I have a trainer card here showing you guys what the squat looks like so you guys know what I'm dealing with and how you could truly beat me at this game of Little Cup. Um, like I said, like only one person has officially gone through this whole thing and able to beat me at Little Cup. I think you're gonna probably struggle there and there, but hey, at least you been able to at least get these rewards. Because I'm pretty sure all you guys care about is mostly these 3 rewards, and that will be the shiny Mew, the shiny Jirachi, and then a regular Shaman, basically. Bada bing, bada boom. Also, again, like I said, I'd like to thank everybody who did come out to subscribe because I did that earlier, but in the last stream is thank everybody who came out to my YouTube channel to subscribe, to making me get to 600 subs. I like to thank you guys for that. And then for the Twitch, I'm still trying to grow the Twitch out. But I think for all the Twitch followers who were able to follow and keep up with the stream for the longest they could, we're already at 13 13 followers on Twitch, which is cool because we started at like 5 Twitch followers and then it ended up growing to being 13. So again, for me just streaming shows generally on Twitch, it's so cool to the point where I was able to get more than followers on there added onto there. And then I also streamed on Facebook that also ended up getting more followers on there because I only had like, again, another set of 5 followers. And then bam, now I have like 16 followers on Facebook page. So it's like, okay, got that and got that. Now I'm just like, yay! All because I was streaming shows mostly, and that's what made people come to the Twitch or came to my Facebook just to really like just watch shows. So I think, and then I'm feel like I gotta stop streaming like shows on Facebook because Facebook is not liking what I'm basically showing on Facebook because I literally got reported copyrighted multiple times of having shows on there. So I guess streaming from Facebook is not good for me right now, so that's fine. So I will still be streaming on Twitch. I will probably start streaming shows again. I'll probably just stream music because I think most of you guys would probably just rather listen to music on Twitch, most likely. If you guys want to like do that, that's fine. At least I'll be able to stream on there without any copyrights claims, so that would be good for me to do. And that's awesome. That would just be more awesome to do. So I'm gonna do that. But right now, we're streaming here both on Twitch and YouTube, and we're just gonna be like chilling here until someone wants to take on the challenge, and hopefully get 3 of these rewards, or at least 2 of these rewards. If everyone who wants to challenge me, trying to get the shiny Jirachi, the shiny Mew, or the Shaman, like I said, it's little cup tier. All you gotta do is make some baby mons. You could catch mons, honestly. You don't even have to breed the mons. You just have to catch the mon, level them up to 5, give them the moves that you want, and then take on the challenge. It starts off 2v2s. It starts off, and then once you beat me on beat me at 2v2, you're basically going through 3 other rounds. That's gonna be 3v3s. Once you beat me through all 3 of those, we're gonna go through another 3 rounds where it's gonna be 4v4s, and then the last round will be a 5v5. Beat me all through these rounds, you get your shiny Jirachi, your shiny Mew, and a regular Shaman that you could get through Pokemon Home. And that's how that's gonna work, basically. But like I said, I just wanted to let you guys know like this what's going on, how these things work, and whatnot. But yeah, like I said, if you guys want to challenge me, that's the only way you guys will be able to get it. If you want to get first dibs, that's the only way we're gonna get most of these mons here. Like I said, I'll eventually will start doing a Elite 4 challenge eventually sooner or later. I'm gonna be doing Elite 4 challenges. I'm gonna start doing champion challenges again. Like I said, I'm giving you guys all the good reasons to challenge me because at least, oh my gosh, internet corruption, really? Okay. But like I said, I'm giving you all my weaknesses right here. Like, these are my Pokemon. Like my party team is right here for Elite Four and Champion challenges, and then everything else is just like Little Cup. And like I said, I already have a layout set for the Little Cup tier. So if you guys want to know what Little Cup Pokemon I have, it's right there on the layout. It's right here in this box here. And I only have 2 boxes of Little Cup Pokemon, 2.5 boxes of Little Cup Pokemon. And then again, like I said, my party team is my Elite Four team and my champion team. Again, my themes for these Pokemon are kind of different from like a regular theme, Elite Four or champion, because it's not based on typing. I kind of base it on a certain effect that I could give for the Pokemon. Like again, like this for Little Cup, it's basically the whole point of GM Little Cup is basically just baby Pokemon, and that's all you need. That's all you need right there. It's baby Pokemon. Yeah. So again, like I said, when it comes to Elite Four challenges, you get these. When it comes to Champion League challenges, you get these. Even also on my layout, it shows the rewards that you would get if you beat me and and get these set rewards. But like I said, guys, that's all you have to do. At the end of the day, that's all you have to do. do, 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 do. Don't know what else to say. Don't know what else to do. I think I said a lot today explaining this, but I don't mind explaining it again. Whoever is new here to the stream and whatever, I don't mind explaining to you guys the whole premise of doing this because it's fun. At the end of the day, it's fun. And all we're here is to do is have a little bit of a fun time playing this challenge and be able to do what we could do and set challenges. So like if you're ready to challenge me in this particular Little Cup gym challenge, definitely let me know here in the chat if you want to be down to challenge me all 8 rounds so you can earn a shiny Jirachi, a shiny Mew, and a Shaman that you can only get through Pokemon Home. Again, we also have my friend code if you want to add me on Pokemon Home as well. Just to do that, I think I have like at least 1 or 2 people who probably already added me on Pokemon Home, just in case if they want to get the Shaman. Like I said, all you have to normally do to beat me through all 8 rounds to getting these particular Pokemon. And once I do start doing the Elite Four challenging or the gym Champion League challenging, we will start giving away these Pokemon if you beat me through the Elite Four challenging and the Champion challenge. But right now we're trying to do Little Cup challenging, so the Pokemon that we're gonna be giving away right here will be the basically the Mews, the shiny Mews and the shiny Jirachis. The Shaman that are going to be in Pokemon Home. Again, like I said, I love to explain it, but that's how it is. Guys want to challenge me? Definitely. Let me know here on the chat, and we'll provide the matches that you want to challenge me in, so you guys can get these rewards. Easy said and done. Again, if you want to know what Little Cup Pokemon are, it's just these little guys, level 5, whatever move you want. You don't have to worry about building a competitive team out of these Pokemon, because that will be for the Elite Four champion type challenging. These are just easy, fun, going level up to 5 baby Pokemon that you could just, grab a full 6, bring it over here to the challenge, and then we can start doing 2v2s, 3v3s, eventually 4v4s, and then the last one, the 5v5, and then get your rewards. Easy peasy. Like I said, all you gotta do is just let me know here in the chat what you guys want to do to challenge this, or if you're really ready to challenge me at this, you guys could do that. Easy peasy. We did get a friend. We're gonna accept the friend in Pokemon Home. So we got one friend in Pokemon Home. So once we do that, start accepting everybody. I'm assuming that's when a lot of people are gonna eventually is gonna be, again, another reason why I want everybody to at least add me on Pokemon Home. So I'll be eventually learning out giveaways once that does come about. Again, guys, try to make this fun, make this enjoyable for you guys to come out, check it out, check the stream out, and this could be a current thing. If I want to make video game content on this, I'll eventually start making video game content. Trying to get more people to go onto this. I'm trying to at least grow this community into this particular tier, because I want to make this more of a fun tier compared to other tiers that are just stressful enough to be stressful. Make something more easy for you guys to want to actually play this, guys. So that's my thing, is trying to make something that's easy for you guys that you guys want to play. Alright, let's see what's going on here, because our communication just shut down for some reason. So I mean, luckily we're still streaming, but our communication to our game decided just to connect. So we're gonna reconnect, see what's going on, see if there's any raids going on. If there is raids going on, awesome. I'm pretty sure we can still see the chat box here, right? Okay, yeah, the chat box is still up here. Okay, so we're good. We're still good on the chat box. Chat box is here. I can still see the chat box. So, again, guys. Yeah, the chat box. Okay, let me move the chat box over just a smidget, though. Yeah. Like I said, guys want to do this, definitely just, again, leave something in the chat saying you want to take on the challenge, and we could just take on the challenge. No problem. Easy peasy. Let's see. What else we got here? What else we got here? We're gonna check out. We're gonna move Pokemon over. What is this? My other. Okay, we're gonna move it right here, because this is where all the Dynamax and Gmax Pokemon are at that are getting catched through raids. Actually, hold up. Let me rename it then. Ooh, I want to rename the box. Rename the box. Thank you. Eventually, I'm gonna have to start moving these Pokemon over though, cause I really don't need these extra Pokemon in the way. Wait, do I have other? Oh no, these are just regular. I think these are my competitive Mews that I use. Hold on. Let me check this out. Yeah, these are my competitive Mews that I use in competitive battle. I keep forgetting these. Okay, so most of my Little Cup Pokemon, it's not where they're supposed to be. And let me grab you and move you to where my competitive Little Cup Pokemon are at. So I have the Onyx over here. Because I was like, I have two Onyx, but I know I had like another Onyx here. Yeah, I think I have like a bunch of competitive Pokemon here though. Yeah, because this is like the rest of the other. Is these all my competitive Pokemon that's right here? I think it is. I think it is. Yeah, it feels like it. Because this is Mewtwo. Okay, this Mewtwo is not the competitive Mewtwo. So I'm going to drop you right here. But everything else should be like my competitive Pokemon here. I'm going to grab these two. And drop them over here. We're going to grab these two. Nope. Okay, we're gonna switch this around. I'm gonna bring this. Oh my gosh. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. And then grab two. Grab them and then put them there. I'm gonna grab you, move you here, then grab both of you. See if we could like somehow put these here where we. There we go. Alright. Not bad, not bad, not bad. But we have two of our competitive Pokemon here too as well. So, I mean, well, they're hyper trained. Most of them are hyper trained. Okay, what I'm gonna do is grab you, put you here. Then we're gonna grab you like this. Then we're gonna bring you over. See if we have any of our competitive Pokemon anywhere with space. We do have some competitive Pokemon with some space. Okay, we're gonna drop you, move you here. Drop you down in here. So you're nice and comfortable there. We're gonna also do the same thing with you. Drop you down there. Go back. Grab the Ninetales. We're gonna bring you back all the way over here. So you're nice and safe. Make sure all our competitive Pokemon are exactly where they're at. We're gonna go ahead and remove you over here. Drop you down on the bottom. Same thing for you. So this is a rule that I was able to obtain by a trade from one of our followers on the Amino, which is kind of cool because I also got like a shiny Rulu, which is awesome. Stats are amazing, so this is a very good Rulu. But I was like, I could have swore when I was going through my like little cup teams that I have, like extra little cup Pokemon that I had here. I was like, I could have swore I had like a competitive Rulu that was shiny. But I was like, oh, I guess I don't. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I don't need one. I already got this, so I'm good. I'm chilling, big chilling. But the fact that the dude gave me a shiny Riolu that was level 5, that was pretty dope. Alright, so we got some more Mews here. This is the Japanese Mew that has Rocky Helmet. I don't know why that's a thing. We got another shiny Jirachi with all perfect IVs, my boy. But we don't care about that, because all you guys care about is the ones that I carry at this moment in time, and these are the shinies of shinies. We're gonna move you over here to fill you up. So we only got like a little bit of Jirachis left. We got a little bit of the Mews. So I'm hoping, just purely hoping, by the time that we get to a certain point, we'll start just doing giveaways again, which will be more fun for everybody else, because I was more of like just giving away Pokemon just to give away Pokemon. Then I end up just like, okay, I want to actually do a challenge, because I don't think anybody has technically did this before. If they did, they probably never did it like this. Something that's more fun and much easier to attain than not, you know? Have a gym leader challenge, which your rewards will be like this. And if you haven't did it, then I know like I'm the first one to ever like literally do this. Like I said, we already had maybe like one person who challenged me, and he was able to go through all 8 rounds and beat me all through 8 rounds, and he was able to get all of these rewards from me. Again, eventually I'm gonna just start doing a more of a Champion League challenge, or a Elite Four type challenge, where your rewards are gonna be Marshadow and Zeraora. Eventually, once I start doing like these type of things, I will be giving away these Pokemon, where once Little Cup Pokemon thing is done and out of the way, I will be doing Elite Four challenges. I will be doing Champion League challenges where your reward would be Marshadow and Zeraora. But until meanwhile, this is the challenge that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get more people to have a fun time without having to worry about competitive Pokemon at this moment. Try to at least make it a much easier, fun way to do things. And at least first, there's 3 rewards that you're gonna be getting from out of that. If it's any issues of me explaining what Little Cup Pokemon is, or if you need any questions to be asked about anything, let me know, because again, like I said, I have the rules right here on the side of the layout. I also have rules in the description, but I think it's more likely on my YouTube description of what the rules are. Because since I'm streaming both YouTube and Twitch at the same time, like I said, it's a real easy way of doing the gym challenge. Again, if you need to know what Little Cup Pokemon are, they're just baby Pokemon, and they pretty much just look like, not like this, but more like, if I could get to the thing, or the ad. But yeah, they're more like this, which is fine and dandy. They're just like that, just little Pokemon, baby Pokemon, just like so. If you want to challenge me here to get a chance to win the rewards that I have here on the layout, again, it's all you gotta do is mostly just have these particular Pokemon in your party to challenge me in a Little Cup Rule Gym battle. It's just a fun way to challenge me, and a fun way to get rewards that I have here. That's and the layout of the Little Cup Gym rules. I also have, like I said, the rules are in the descriptions of YouTube of the stream, where it explains what the matches are gonna be like. First round is gonna be of 2v2s. The next set of 3 rounds will be a 3v3. Then the 7th round will be like a 4v4s throughout the other 3 rounds. Then the last round is just gonna be a 5v5. And then you get your shiny Jirachi, your shiny Mew, your regular Shaman. Shaman is gonna be exclusive to Pokemon Home, so you will have to add me on Pokemon Home. And then we go to the trade room to trade you that Shaman. And this will give you the early access to getting Shaman before anybody else. I already have one person beat me in that, and he already won all his rewards. So if you guys want to do the same thing and be able to get these rewards and beat me, definitely go follow me on the Gym Leader League Amino, because that's where I kind of like have other gym leaders doing gym challenges. Sometimes they're not gonna be doing gym challenges like I'm doing. I think for me, because in my special case this is what I wanted to do, present my gym and how I wanted to do my gym challenge compared to other people who are on the amino. But for my gym, this is how I want to do, and eventually we're gonna start doing like a more giveaways like this. Well, not generally like this, but we're gonna start doing giveaways kind of like this for whatever Pokemon that I do have to give away, because eventually we're gonna start moving away from Little Cup once we got rid of all the shiny Jirachis, all the shiny Mew, and then eventually the Shaman, because once that happens, we're gonna be doing like more of a live stream giveaway, just to be just giving away Pokemon. So we don't have to do any battles to do during that time, because you just be getting those Pokemon. I guess that's when Shaman is available in Sword and Shield. That's when we're gonna start doing those giveaways. I think we're also trying to hopefully in our Gym Leader League challenge, Gym Leader League Amino, to get at least 40 something, probably at least 40, maybe 40 to 50 members on there, and hopefully get 4 more, either 4 more or 5 more gym leaders added to the Gym Leader League Amino, and so we could be able to do Elite 4 tournaments. We might even host the Elite 4 tournament, so that's gonna be another thing. Then once we do that, we could do seeing who's gonna become Elite 4, and then once we have our Elite 4s, we will have a actual like Gym Leader League where we have our gym leaders, our Elite 4 members, and then you could just battle all 8 gym leaders and beat all 4 of the Elite 4 members to become champion on the league, which will be cool. But yeah, we're trying to get that thing going, which is pretty awesome. But like I said, back to this. If you guys want to really challenge me here to at least earn these Pokemon, at least be able to get a first dibs of a Shaman if you don't have a Shaman, and you want to be able to get a Shaman before Sword and Shield allows Shaman to be in the game, this is the only way. If you haven't earned a Shaman yet, this is kind of clearly the only way to getting it. Yeah, I feel like I pretty much explained a lot when it comes to like doing a Little Cup or the rewards of the Little Cup. My amino that I'm trying to get more members on there, trying to like build a Elite 4. Once the Elite 4 is done, apparently most of my members did say that we do have all 8 gym leaders, but we need at least 4 more gym leaders to make sure that we could do the tournament to see who's gonna be the official 8 gym leaders and who's gonna be like the Elite 4 members and who's gonna be like and then we could actually like literally start this thing. But yeah, uh, like I said, pretty much explained a lot on what to do and how to do it. Um, uh, there's not nothing more to say about that. And if you guys just want to come here to check the stream out, that's fine too. Pretty much not doing that much on the stream until someone really wants to challenge me. So I'll wait here for you guys to say, "Oh, hey, I'm ready to challenge you." Then we could get something going. We could have something fun going. And this is kind of where I kind of see where I'm at when it comes to doing this because like I said, I want to make this a thing on my channel. I kind of want to, you know, provide more of the little cup tier because I feel like little cup tier is still getting like, what's the word? It's getting more unused, and it's like there's no love for this tier, and I want to be more love for this tier. So that's another reason why I wanted to do this here. This is another reason why I wanted to make a gym for this particular tier because I want to give more love to this particular tier. So if anyone wants to challenge me, like I said, this is the way to challenging me. Um, and if you have a team already ready to go, we could do this. But until then, I'm gonna be waiting here for you guys to let me know. Just in case, just to let me know if you're ready to battle me and take on the challenge of challenge me to this gym challenge. So you can earn these Pokemon, earn these rewards, and be able to have a fun time trying to earn these rewards against me. Um, I mean, there is that chance you still might not beat me. There's a chance that you might beat me. Like I said, I gave you all my Pokemon information. They're all their weaknesses is right there on the layout as well. Like I said, I have my trainer card right here on the layout. You already know what Pokemon I'm gonna be using. If you still unsure, because I think a lot of people are still unsure, here's the team. Here's the squad. Squirtle, we got our Squirtle. That'll be our Leo. We got Ice Stark, our Farfetch. We got Paul, the freaking Slowpoke. We got Pancham. Now, before we get back to Pancham, we also, for people who probably think like, oh, but Slowpoke is not a baby Pokemon. Slowpoke is a baby Pokemon. Its evolutions are not here yet, but it's still a baby Pokemon. It's still in the little cup tier. Once it goes in there, it's still in the little cup tier. Pancham, like I said, we have our Ponyta, our Galarian Ponyta. And the thing about this second team here, I actually have two Ponytas. One is Galarian, one is not. Now I wish I could have had the shiny Ponyta, but hey, we were able to get a regular Ponyta, and I like the regular Ponyta. I just like the regular shiny Ponyta. That's what I like. I like shiny Ponyta. I really don't like the Galarian shiny that much as I do the the regular shiny Ponyta, because shiny Ponyta regular is pretty amazing. We also have Otto, our Grookey. We also have King Kazuya. Again, I need to change one of the movesets in King Kazuya's moves, but I'm not about that right now. I don't know why, but apparently I'm not a. Oh, I put his. Okay. So these are okay. I'm not trying to give it moves to code. I'm trying to give it berries to where's my berry? All right, there we go. Okay, so back to explaining this. So we got these three as well. So you got you could pretty much tell what weakness out of that team right there. We also have our toxic Grookey. Grookey is like no, not Grookey. Our Crowdug, our famous Crowdug of all Crowdugs. We got that man. We got our hashtag bars the bar broach. That will be like what, like 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our 4th round team here. We also have Shelter, our last member of the 4th team of the 4th round. We also have our Ghastly, our Ghost Ball of a ball, basically coming in as our main mascot for the 5th round. We have our Onyx, our purely shiny Onyx. Most of these Pokemon are from previous games. This is what I kind of used for my previous Little Cup teams. That was also content that I made on my YouTube, wherein Little Cup was more a little bit a thing in Little Cup on YouTube. That's what I kind of used. Again, we have our Scraggy. I wish I came up with the nickname first before transferring it over. I can't come up with the nickname now because it won't allow me to. I was gonna call this Hilum Callum, but hey. We also have our baby Reptar. If you guys know where that's from, that would be dope. If you guys know what that's from, and you just be like, put it there in the chat if you know what that's from. Our 6th round, we have our shiny Trampanch, our shiny, was it is it Brownzor? We call it Heads. I wanted to add Tails to the end, but hey, we do so much. We got our shiny Diglett, which is kind of cool. We also have our hashtag Raylu swag. I don't know why I named it that, but that's the name I gave it. Again, I wish I could change it, but hey, it is what it is, my boys. It is what it is. Again, it will be the 6th round when you're against the 6th round team. Now we go back to our number 1 team here for round 1, but our round 1 team is comprised of not only just for our 7th round comprised of Arya Stark, our Farfetch'd, Leo the Squirtle, then our 3rd one would be our Ponyta, our Galarian Ponyta. That will be part of that, and then we have our Haji Jr., where Haji Jr. is basically going to be our 4th member to our 7th round that we're going to be using as well. And then the last round that we're going to be adding one more Pokemon to that 4th round, and then changing one more Pokemon. We're going to add our Bun here, and then we're going to add the Galarian Slowpoke right after. So that will be like for the last round, but it's all gonna be changed during this particular first team here, because that's gonna be our 6th and 7th team right after that. Again, like I said, I gave you all my weaknesses. Easy to pretty much the pick between all of these Pokemon. If you have like a team that you want to use, and you know for sure you're gonna win all 8 rounds, definitely come through, and so you can get these rewards. But yeah, we're just gonna like head out of here. We're gonna check and see what's going on here. Looks like there's about 2 different raids going on here. We're gonna try to assist the situation here. I should use the bike. Let's use the bike to get where we need to get to. There's the sandstorm coming up. Now, I don't really want to do any raids because, like I said, the whole point of this live stream is to do basically Little Cup, which I don't mind doing. Oh, snap. Draco fish, Draco fish, Draco fish, Drake, 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 Draco fish, Draco fish, Drake, Drake, Drake. Okay. Alright, let's see what this raid is about here. Let's see what this raid is about. Ah, okay, that's not really what I kind of want to be dealing with at all. Gengar. Um, oh my gosh. These Rockorollas and this sandstorm is kind of annoying. Kind of annoying, guys. Kind of annoying. Bloop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Doop-a-doop-doop. Blop-a-doop. No, I don't want to fight this Pokemon. I want to run away from this Pokemon. Thank you. Awesome. I know there was another raid here. Let's try to see. Oh, I get caught by the Cupchew. Cupchew? Cup snooze, you lose, chop chew. Bada bing, bada booms. Alright. Got nothing but hell and the hell and the hell. But I'm not trying to do what the hell. I get it. I'm not trying to do what the hell. Anyway, let's get over here. Check out this. Oh, we got. That was a another Galarian here. So, I mean not a Galarian, but we got like another like what Pokemon should I be using for this matchup? Let's see. Let's see. Well, I guess I could use this Mew. Oh, hopefully someone will help me out in this raid, I guess. I guess we're gonna do a raid now, I guess. Let's do that. Oh no. Try to grab my phone. Try to grab my phone and that happened. Wow. Wow, well indeed. Wow. That's so funny. I tried to grab my phone and it knocked out the actual thing here. Great. Wow. That's so ridiculous. Oh, come on, guys. Oh, come on. Really? All that from moving my... Okay. Can I get the image back up here, please? Anything? 0 chance of getting the image back? Really? I want to exit it off. Come on. Okay. So we exit that off. We're going to open it back up. Hope I can get the image back up here before the raid starts. This will suck. It says your game catcher HD is already running. Please quit the application before executing it again. But I did exit it off. What are you talking about? Can I get back on there now? Is it working? Is it this time? Is it working? Like the raid's about to start. Any minute now. The raid's about to start. Can I get access to the game? Maybe. Yes, probably so. And There we go. I bet the raid started too. Alright. Cool. Awesome. That was a close one. And there it is. And there's a shiny Mew that we're going to be using today. Remember, guys, this shiny Mew will be yours if you guys could actually win against me in a raid battle. I'm going to turn the game volume a little bit down. It's kind of a little bit loud on my end. But alright, okay. Should be good. Should be good to go. We're going to go ahead, Dynamax the Mew. Okay. Alright, alright. You know what? I kind of want to battle someone, though. I kind of do. I kind of want to battle, what you call it? What's his name? Another Twitch streamer that I just been, like, following a little bit. Kind of want to battle him real quick. If he's not doing anything other than streaming right now, but kind of want to, like, see what he's doing. Let me check it on my phone. Let me go through all my notifications here. Okay, I think that's it. On the notification squad right there. Just gotta see if he's streaming it right now. He should be streaming right now. Yep, he is still streaming. He got like 16 followers on his stream right now watching his content. And we're just gonna pop in, see what he's doing. Okay, he is battling. He is battling. I don't know. I feel like I should battle, but again, it's not. It's what will be the whole point of the stream? Because I'm like, honestly, when I'm really like thinking about it, like, I came here to stream this particularly to like do Little Cup gym challenge, but hey, it is what it is. But I guess I could do like, I don't know what else to do. I really don't. And then I need another pro controller, but I'm not gonna like ask you guys for that. I'm really not. Anyway, back to this raid. I guess I could just do a Pokemon battle. I guess I could just do a regular Pokemon battle. If anyone who wants to do a regular Pokemon battle, because you're not gonna get these Pokemon. If you want to just do a regular Pokemon battle, I don't mind doing a regular Pokemon battle. But like I said, for these rewards here, that's on the layout, is mostly just for Little Cup. Yep, he dipped. He dipped. Alright, at least we know. At least we know who's here for what. Do 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 do. Alright, 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 alright. Alright, alright, alright. Mark is red. Mark is red. Mark is red. Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna drop that down there. I'm gonna exit that off real quick. Alright. Alright, I'm not gonna catch this. I don't need it. Unless it was like a shiny, then I really don't mind. No, I wanted to battle him. What the heck? Hopefully he gets my message. But I kind of want to battle him though. I mean, like no one's trying to battle me, so I want to battle him. Hopefully we could see who wants to battle. Let's see if another fellow Twitcher, follows fellow Twitcher, follow Pokemon connoisseur wants to battle me. Hopefully on Twitch. Let's see. I'll just trade a card. Might as well trade cards, I guess. I don't see no problem with that trading cards. Hmm. I wonder if I could get chased by this Pokemon here too. Hey, chase me, bro, chase me. Gonna chase me? Got a card. What kind of card is it? Oh, that's a decent card. That's a really good card. Oh! I got caught. I got caught. Get caught by the Pokemon. Great. Awesome. Didn't want to get caught by the Pokemon, but I got caught. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and dip out. I was trying to run, not get caught. Okay, let's try to see if this other Pokemon over here is trying to do something. Come on, Snubble. Let's see if we can still get this other bear. Oh my gosh, he's scary. Oh no, he's gonna chase me. Oh my gosh, how scary bear, scary bear. Hello. Ah, 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 ah. Bear, hello bear. Oh, I got caught. Beware where. Okay, beware where. Hmm. Oh, he wants to know if I'm streaming. I'm just gonna let him know that I'm streaming right now. But yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind. Like I don't mind a regular battle. I'll take on anyone who wants to do a regular battle if they want to. I mean, the only problem I have, what is it? The only problem that I do have at this moment in time is, let's see. The only problem I probably have a problem with of battling right now is certain legendary Pokemon. Certain legendary Pokemon I wouldn't allow. And that's another rule that I'm gonna have to put out on here for like doing challenges. This is for like certain legendary Pokemon not allowed during the challenging. Um, let's see. I'll figure it out, but I don't mind. But if you guys wanna just battle me, just to battle me, then that's fine. Like I said, if you're trying to do the Little Cup challenge, let me know because these are the only ways you're gonna get the rewards that's on here on the layout. If you want a shiny Jirachi or a shiny Mew or a Shaman, you gotta do the gym challenge to actually gain these Pokemon. But if you just want to go ahead and battle me regularly, I can battle you guys regularly. Let's see. Ba-ba-bum. We're gonna set up the link code here. Bada bing, bada boom. Nice link code though. Do 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 do. Bada bing, bada boom. Stream, stream. Let's see. We got another Gobblerdor. Okay. Do I wanna? Alrighty then. Hey, hey. What's up? Uh, other than that, like I said, I'm still here trying to do, this, and hopefully you guys are willing to want to battle. He's like, yeah, yay. But yay, if you want to challenge me into this little cup tier, that's fine. If you don't want to challenge me in the little tier cup, that's also fine. If you just want to challenge me in a regular battle, then I'm willing to challenge anyone in a regular battle. Um, but like I say, you won't be able to get these rewards if you just challenge me in a regular sense because, like I said, I don't have the Elite Four challenge yet set up here yet. Because I'm trying to do the Elite Four challenge. The Elite Four challenge will get you like 2 rewards. Well, it's Elite Four and Champion challenge that will get you 2 rewards. If you're trying to battle me in a Little Cup, you're getting these 3 rewards. Of course, I will challenge you. Just trading with a minute, one moment. Oh, okay, cool, awesome. So, are you gonna be challenging me in a Little Cup, or are you gonna be challenging me in the just a regular battle? Oh. Okay. Oh, little cup. Okay. Awesome. All right. So we're gonna get a little cup match. Nice, nice, nice. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and explain to you the rules of the little cup challenge here. Uh, trading legendaries. Hello, hi, dude. But yeah, like I said, if you understand what the rules here on the layout, you should be fine. Uh, for the little cup rules, it's basically baby Pokemon level 5. The way this gym works is like a classic gym battle setting where it's eight. Basically, I'm 8 gym leaders. Basically, 8 rounds. Um, you get your your first reward when beating me. Is a little cup gym badge. Then you beat me 4 rounds, you get your shiny Jirachi. Once you beat me 7th round, you're gonna get a shiny Mew. Once you beat me 8th round, you get the Shaman. Uh, Again, to explain this whole Shaman thing, the only way you can get Shaman is through Pokemon Home. So if you have like the Pokemon Home for your phone, you can add me on there, and then we'll go to the trade room area, and we will be able to trade shamans through the trade room area. So it's like, hello, Ratlai, you are a genius. Hello. Uh, do I have to hatch baby Pokemon? Hatch baby Pokemon. You don't really necessarily need to hatch baby Pokemon, but you will have to go to like the. Let's see, like I'm gonna have to show it to you guys. Let's see. Here we go. So I'm gonna have to fly, right? We'll fly to the. Let's fly to Route One, right? If we fly to Route One, So we're here. We're gonna go to over here, because I think the Pokemon are like lower here. So if you go here, I'm pretty sure if you encounter a Pokemon, catch the Pokemon. I think these Pokemon are like level 3 or level 4 ish. If there are like a level 3 or level 4, like so, just catch those, level those up to 5, give them the moves that you want to give them, and there you go. So you don't have to like make egg Pokemon, like hatch Pokemon to get the little cup Pokemon you need. You could probably just go over here to catch just regular Pokemon, and then level them up to 5, and then teach them moves. That's how that will work. Um, that's kind of like a more of an easier way to doing it. Uh, I am using a transport translator and uh okay. But yeah, like I said, it's not that hard, as long as you could find like the areas and whatnot, like how many Pokemon. So if you go to my YouTube, and then there's like a link down below. I mean, not a link down below, but if you look in the description, uh, like the way the rules are set is gonna be a 2v2, and uh then three. I mean 3v3s basically. So you're gonna be a 3-on-3 type match, then 4-on-4, and then 5-on-5. Um, like I said, you could go to this route here where the woods are at to catch Pokemon, or you could go over to Route 1 to catch Pokemon. And if you go through those routes, you should be able to catch like level 3s or level 4 type Pokemon. And all you have to do is just level them up to level 5 so you don't have to breed any Pokemon. Because then it'll make it much easier. And then once you get those level 4 or level 5 Pokemon, you can basically use that in a battle against me. I think I will just battle you in a normal battle. Ah, okay. But I mean, like I said, it's more easier to do it if you're like if you wanted to like breathe. I feel like it would be much easier for you to do. But if you want to like do it fast, I would say if you want to just catch random Pokemon, that's the only way I would be able to like. That would be like the fastest way to doing it. But if you just want to like just have a regular battle, I feel like a regular battle will be a thing. But you won't earn these rewards if you do a regular battle. That's all I gotta say. You won't be able to do this if you're just doing like a regular sense of battles. If you already had like Pokemon previously or anything like that, if you have like a random batch of Pokemon that were hatching already, that you already had hatched, level them up to 5, that's pretty much another way of doing it. But if you want to battle me regularly, you could battle me regularly, and then once I start doing like Elite 4 challenging, we're going to be giving away these Pokemon for Elite 4. We're going to be doing championship leagues to give those rewards. But if you don't need the rewards, okay, we could just have a regular battle. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead, go into this, set up the link battle. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get the battle. But for the rules for this regular battle, um, if you have a legendary Pokemon, you can't have you can't have the box legendaries when you're battling me because it wouldn't be that fun if you did. Um, which is kind of really annoying for box legendaries. Zorora is another Pokemon that I kind of just don't like, but I don't mind that. I don't mind that. You could bring the legendary Pokemon if you want to six. I guess 6 way. I mean 6-0 me. Then fine. That's fine by me. Well, because I have a legend. You know what? Let's just make it a. Let's make it a 3. A battle. Let's make it a 3-way. A 3-on-3 match then. If I could use it. Can I use it? No, we can't use it. Okay. So we can't do a 3-way match. I'm gonna make it a I'm gonna change the rules then. We're gonna change the rules. We're gonna make that a I'll make it a 6 then. Cause then 6 will be much better then. Changing the rules. Okay, let's decide the rules, yada yada yada. We're gonna make it a singles, normals, 6-on-6. Alright. And then we're gonna choose our mons. Bada bing bada boom. I mean I have one legendary. That's it. That's pretty much it. I mean not a lot of people like legendary usage, but I rather if we have like one, if it's just the one, then have the one. But again, I don't usually like for legendary Pokemon, I always keep them to the back to keep them as like aces, just in case. So that's kind of how I kind of do things here. Just keep those Pokemon as aces. You know what? I did not check your team here. Let's check what your team got. What you got on your team? Ooh, okay, okay. I see your team. I dig your team out. Your team is pretty cool. All right, all right. Let's get this battle. Dun, 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 dun. Starts off with the Galvantula. Okay, it's been a while since I've seen a Galvantula in a match. I haven't used one of mine in like forever. Uh, I didn't want to use the Master Ball tier team. Oh, well. That's the thing about my Pokemon. I try to make a team that's not quite. Well, it's kind of like almost a Master Ball like tier team, but if I was able to like really like actually be able to use it to my advantage, then great. Like if I could use all the members, then that would be nice. But I can't, which sucks. Okay, that's cool. Ba bam, bada bing. It's a crit. All right. Um, but yeah, I think that's. I wish the team that I have I could use for Master Ball though. It'd have been great. Uh, it's like I'm very sorry. I'm not following you here. Oh, now I am. All right, all right, okay. Thanks for the follow, dude. Um, how you been, man? Pretty good. I wish I could do ranking because I have a team that I wanted to do ranking for, but I just have not. And I just now hit like 600 subscribers on my YouTube account, which is amazing. And now I'm just trying to at least get more followers onto my Twitch, which is for me to do is like basically set up a I guess like watching shows on Twitch to set up YouTube there. I mean like not set up YouTube there, but set up shows to watch shows on my Twitch just to be streaming there. Dude, thank you for the follow. So once I have that set up, that's what gives me a little bit more followers on there. I kind of want to start streaming Call of Duty more on Twitch instead of doing it on YouTube. And then if it's like YouTube content, it's gonna be more like Pokemon. It's gonna get more towards Pokemon. But if I have this new setup where I can stream both Twitch and YouTube now, I don't mind it. I really don't. Which is kind of cool for me to do now is stream Twitch and YouTube at the same time since I got the link set up like that. So it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. Like I said, finally hit 600 subs on my YouTube. I just need to get more followers up on my Twitch. I'm trying to now grow the amino that I have, the gym leader league amino, because I think I have like 7 other gym leaders and whatnot. So I just need a couple of more gym leaders to make a league 4, and then once I have that all set up, I'm gonna start doing other challenges other than like Little Cup now, because I want to do a league 4 and whatnot. I want to do champion stuff. Uh, I really need a YouTube account. Dude, I mean, don't you already have a YouTube account though? Like, you just need to fix it, right? Like, put more videos on there, because I know you haven't been putting videos up there on for a pretty good while. Um, but yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to like do what I could do as best as I can do it. But you know what? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what Pokemon I'm trying to use. Uh, yeah, yeah, I know. Cause I watched most of the previous streams that he did on YouTube. So but yeah, like I said, like I kind of just want to get more content up on here and more content on you know on Twitch. But I'm thinking of started streaming like songs on Twitch and just make it more of a streaming on songs. I don't know what else shows that I want to put up on Twitch, more likely, but I just want to kind of like bring more of that variety up on there and whatnot, which will be good to somehow get more followers to follow me on Twitch. And then again, like I said, trying to grow that Gym Leader League amino that I have. I only got like 30 something followers on, well, 30 something members on there, so trying to grow that. Oh my gosh, these Pokemon are way too fast. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. What member should I choose now? Should I choose the one and only Gengar? Yee. You know what? I just realized one of my members on my Gym Leader Amino account was also like being weird about the Gengar as well. Uh all right. Yeah, the amino. I forgot all about that. But yeah, I just I had like one member who was part of my amino who was like, I don't like how Gengar's basically the way he looks or whatever. Uh, but because he was like, what was it? He was like, because he was like, I don't like the teeth on Gengar. It's so weird. Like, don't Gengar doesn't have any teeth. I was like, no, Gengar always had teeth. You always seen it. Even when he like did his like when Mega Evolutions was a thing, he always had teeth. You telling me you never saw him with the teeth? How you not saw him with the teeth? Um, but this is my shiny G Max Gengar. That took a while to get though. That took a very long time to get. I'm surprised I was able to get this one. Um, I kind of want to eventually start doing more like trade off, like giveaway trades eventually. But like I said, I only have like two challenge systems to just do giveaways on, which is again, yeah, just purely in. Um, however it goes, I might get something out of it. I want to use my number one in my team. Is that the Atelion? Atelion is. You know what? I want to see like Atelion being. I want to see that Gigantamax Atelion. I want to see that. That would have been. But we gotta wait. It's so weird to have to wait for that to be a thing. I really like Hop's second theme. It's such a good song. Uh, then I'll use it. Alright. Then he'll use it. Okay. Ooh, I fell asleep. Oh no! Not sleep. Wake up, Gengar. Please, Gengar, wake up. Gengar is back to his normal shiny looking self. Yay. Yay for Gengar. Can Gengar wake up though? That's always the question here. Can Oh no, it's a quiver dance! Oh no, it's quiver dance. Oh no. Anything but a quiver dance. Butterfree, oh no. This will this will definitely get you the win against me. Oh my god, this will definitely give you the win against me. Quiver dance Butterfree is no joke. Quiver dance freaking oh my gosh, he's going for a secondary quiver dance. My boy. I guess I was gonna still outspeed with one quiver dance, but now since you got two up, I don't think I'm gonna be able to outspeed. But I'm hoping that Gengar will wake up maybe in another lifetime, maybe. Yeah, Corvidance. Yeah, Corvidance Butterfree is no joke. Imagine if we still had what'd you call it? What's that one Pokemon that was like huge in with Corvidance? It was the Volcarona. Imagine we get Volcarona back. Oh my God, Corvidance would be such a uh an issue. Did I wake up? Did I wake up? I did wake up. Okay, cool, cool, cool. We woke up. Get some damage off. Not enough. It's not enough damage. Decent amount of damage. I should have went for the taunt the first time. That's so annoying. Oh, sleeping. Oh no. I guess I'm going back to sleep, guys. All right. Okay, so this is gonna be hard to come by because is he gonna keep setting up? He's gonna keep setting up. That's all you can do is keep setting up because you're gonna go for the sweep, right? That's how it goes. You set up until you get the sweeping. Oh boy. Now imagine having the same setup on a Volcarona. That would be deadly. That would be very deadly. Oh, there we go. That is the move that we were waiting for. That is the move we were waiting for. All right. We're gonna go ahead, go into our Blastoise here. I like to win without Dynamax. Eh. Let's see. We're gonna go for the. Gonna go for the Hurricane. That's fine. That's fine. Oh no, it's not fine. All right. Cool. Cool. Alright, so now we're gonna go into the Jirachi, but I don't think Jirachi has nothing against your Pokemon right now. Cause you're like stacked. You're pretty stacked. And then you drop my speed with the what you call it. So we're slow. We're not gonna outspeed any of your Pokemon. And you go for the Hurricane. You don't miss on that Hurricane. You're very accurate. We still survive. We got Kit with a Confuse. Oh my gosh. We're still able to go for the Iron Head. Iron Head does take out the Butterfree. Oh my god. What is this? What is life right now? That was a very almost like you almost had like a full on high maxed out Butterfree right there, and I still was able to take it out. That's crazy. Now we're down to the Shadow Sneaking Pokemon here, and GG. Jirachi is down. Oh my gosh. Good game, sir. Good game. That was epic. That was pretty epic. That was pretty epic. Okay. Okay, grab the trainer card. Alright. Now, Mister, I'm not too sure. Do you wanna battle? You wanna battle? You wanna battle? Because we need this battle. We need this battle on the way because we have not did like a regular battle, and I want to have a regular battle with you, sir, because I know you're not gonna be like trying to do the little cup tier whatever. That's fine, but I want to have like a regular battle with you, sir. I really do. I want to have a regular battle, which would be awesome. Uh oh, it's Mr. I'm not too good. That's what his name is now. Huh. Okay. Cool. That's a cool name now. It says he actually changed it to that. But yeah, yeah, I would like to have that battle with you, my sir. A regular Wi-Fi battle. You know what? Another thing I kind of noticed right now that oh, that would be cool. I would. Oh, you want to have a Little Cup battle? You very much. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having the Little Cup battle. But yeah, if you have the Little Cup team, you Mister, I'm not too good. Not wait, Mister, I'm not too sure. Wait. How did it go again? I'm like losing it right now. Um, but yeah, if you're already like gotten like a Little Cup team, I definitely will battle you right now. If you got a Little Cup team right now, just raring to go, cause that would be dope to like challenge you in that. Mister, I'm not too sure to wait. If I could click onto my thing here, cause I know I have you on my like Discord too. I don't know if you changed it on your Discord yet. Did you change it on your Discord? No, you still have it as that on your Discord. Never mind. I was like, did you change it on your Discord?